y'all. Welcome back to another cup of conversation,
where we have conversations worth having.
I'm your girl Coco,
and I'm your girl T.
And today we back with another solo dolo.
I hope y'all getting used to seeing us like this, and I hope y'all like it
because I like it. I don't need nobody. I don't need no friends.
Me too, baby.
No,
and the guests is a hassle sometimes. We're gonna just a little bit.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna tell y'all difficult.
Exactly.
Y'all is. Niggas volunteering and don't show. Anyway.
So, don't do that. It's a new year. Not yet, almost. But listen. So, y'all know we like to start off how you feeling, how you dealing, okay? Mm-hmm. So, in honor of the episode, we're going to do how we feeling, how we dealing. I'm feeling good. T feeling good. I'm going to speak for her. Yes. Whoop. But anyway, I wanted to ask a different question. Like, I wanted to know, what era of your life do you think you're stepping into in this moment? And don't even consider like, oh, it's a new year. Just where you are in your life. What era are you stepping into right now?
I think I'm stepping into my calm, balanced girl era. Not necessarily soft, because I still go hard, you know what I'm saying? But very much trying to calm my mind.
Okay.
Not be, running a rat race, not be thinking about the next thing always. Like, the next thing's out there, but I'm chilling, I'm good. I'll think about that when I need to think about it.
Right.
And balancing a little peace with, a little ripping and roll running. Because the other day, not even the other day, last night, when I got home from work, I didn't really have anything to do. Like, I had a few, like one basket of clothes to fold, but I had already did all my organizing. I already threw away all the clothes out of my closet, clean out. And I'm just standing there like, what am I going to do? What do I need to be doing? But shit, nothing was the case. I sat down. I said, shit, look, why not? Why not relax? Like, but I felt like I had something to do. But I'm starting to tell myself, like, no, you don't need to be doing something. So I'm working on that balance and that calm in my spirit. What about you? What era are you in?
I think that I'm genuinely and truly in the era of, like, I just don't care for real. Like,
well, when have you not been in that era?
Really, T?
Yes.
No. I think that I've always wanted to be in that era, and the idea of it was like so far fetched to me, and I struggle with just being in it versus being in it coming out. Like, now I'm like in an era to where I can't even come out of it. Like, it's like I don't care about like nothing that I think people or others might assume you should care about, like things that's supposed to matter so much. And I feel like I got here because the things that we have always been told that mattered so much, we're seeing, even with this administration that we're under, we're seeing how none of this stuff was even real. Like, none of it was real, but it was only made to be real. It wasn't real in real life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like, when you think about it, like speaking of this administration, when you think about it, they set some rules a long time ago,
And we just been
doing it. And now that Trump not doing it, everybody like, oh, they could have been, like, presidents could have been doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because if you think about it, we the ones enforcing it. We created this job.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
We're the ones. So
even the idea of like money being exchanged, like that doesn't have to even happen. Like, everything could be free, really.
Yeah. If you want to go deal for deal, service for service, you trade, I trade, we get this.
It could happen.
Yeah.
So I'm just in a era of like, I don't care about nothing. I'm trying not to let anything stress me, especially things that like we have been programmed to believe are bigger than they are. I'm just in an era of like, it don't matter. Like,
yeah,
I don't have to do that. But anyway, so y'all know I be saying what I be saying. I said what I said, but y'all know we have a segment where what I meant was, and I'm woman enough to say when I ain't gonna never be wrong, but when I could have came off a little strong.
I ain't gonna never be wrong. Hold on, you was going down the right path. Wait till you watch this back, because I'm sitting here like, but hold on now.
I'm never gonna be wrong, because not I'm never gonna be wrong. I can't be wrong. I'm just joking, y'all, but it's very rare. But no, not because I can't be wrong, but because, like I just said before, like what we believed is for so long is the truth.
Yeah.
Half of the time, no, the truth is what you want the truth to be, or what you make the truth. You know what I'm saying? So what I have understood is that I have a different way of thinking about things. And we already talked about that, like due to whatever circumstances, parents, whatever, right? But I can agree that when I was talking in the last like 2 episodes, mainly I know T was asking about the people, like, what about the people that don't know? And I think that the conversation that I was having, I wasn't considering those people because I feel like around me, 9 times out of 10, I have people that actually know. And it's what I was saying. Like,
right.
You very rarely have people that are just outside of this world and, we don't know. That's like the lower percent than it is people that are actually just bound by fear, ignoring, they, whatever.
Yeah.
And the reason I wanted to say this is because I do want this conversation to be moved along, and I want it to be, like we always say, solution based. And because I wrote some of this down because I didn't want to forget this. And I said, because I personally know more people who know and haven't done anything about their circumstances than I do that
don't know.
Yeah. That's what my mind is.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to ever come off as insensitive or like, oh, she don't have no understanding to like racism and these things. Like, I have an understanding to all of that stuff. But I think my mindset is not victim mindset no matter what my color is. And I'm one of the blackest of the blackest. So if I'm going to get discriminated against, it's probably going to be me. If anybody going to get discriminated me. But I just don't have victim mindsets. I'm going to find a workaround. Like, that's just my mindset.
Yeah.
And I think that we get so caught up in like our circumstances and the things that we don't have that we don't find a workaround. So we succumb to whatever our issues are, right? And I'll go back to this conversation that I had with my mom in 2014 when I came home from college. I always been this insensitive, y'all. But mom was like, Krista, we have to fix our community. Like, we have to, what can we do? Like, how can we all get on one page? How can black people da-da-da-da-da-da-da? And I said, Mom, what you worrying about them people for? Worry about your family. Like, my mom was like, and I told her, then this is an individual issue. Like, as much as we want to rally together, I don't think me personally, and I'll be wrong when this ever proves to be right, I don't ever think it's going to be that for our community. I don't think it's ever going to be a kumbaya like we want it to be, like in actuality. And I think that if it does happen, the only way it will happen is if we first start on an individual level. Like, it can't just start like kumbaya. It has to start on an individual level.
Right. You got to change your mindset.
Exactly. And that's why I think I was so strong about like, and another thing I said in the episode, that we have the same opportunities. We don't have the same opportunities. But again, like I said, when you find out you don't have the same opportunity as somebody, that does not mean stop. That means find a workaround and find a different way to get to where you're trying to go to.
I'm glad you mentioned the victim mindset because, I won't even lie that I have had that mindset before, and it was lingering in my household, like with me and my man. And I guess it's kind of something that we bonded on. Like, we would be like, man, these white folks tripping and not to say that this shit wasn't the truth,
right?
But it's something else we could do. Like, once I got tired of hearing myself say that, I was like, all right. Enough is enough. Okay.
Right.
I'm not just gonna keep on coming home talk about the same shit, and neither are you. So like, we kind of both got tired of hearing it. Like, well, you can tell when somebody tired of hearing you saying the same thing. Right. So you feel it yourself. Like, we both got tired of that. So really taking ourselves out of that victim mindset has done a number for us because, yeah, we are black. Yeah, that shit is happening in real time. But like you said, we got to find a way to get around it, or we're going to stay in it. And
because if we honest about it, it's people that have found a workaround and that are flourishing in life.
Yeah.
And so I just want to let y'all know what I meant to say is there is better out there. You just have to want better and find better. No matter what roadblock is in front of you, you have to continue to chase better. Like, whatever that better looks like. And I'm not saying like be on our rat race like we talked about before, but you have to continue to, move out of place of comfortability and,
Oh, are you saying what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I was wondering if that's what... I was like, did we just agree on something here?
Yeah.
We did, finally, y'all.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. Look at the Lord.
Because I got some...
Look at the Lord moving in the room. But no, I wouldn't... I want to stress that I wasn't trying to make excuses for them. I want to, and I don't have that mindset. But like you said, you know, a lot of people who have the knowledge and don't use it. I know like 50-50. I know people who have the knowledge and don't use it. And I know people who don't know no better.
Right.
And like, they really don't. Like, better could just be slapping them across their damn face and they still wouldn't know it.
Right.
You know?
Right. So in lieu of the new year and in lieu of having a solution-based mind, I wanted
that's what we stand for.
Yes, I wanted to talk about how do you start, because that seems to be where we stopped the conversation.
Yes, I asked that, but we didn't. We was wrapped up in it, so we didn't really get to it.
Exactly. So we didn't really get to it. So I wanted to ask, why do you think, because like you said, you know, the 50-50, why do you feel as though starting is scary?
Because it's uncertain. I could speak just like from my standpoint. Like I didn't mention 1,000 times, oh, I'm gonna quit this job, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, blah, 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 blah. And what's stopping me is I don't know what's on the other side. And especially in this economy, and I don't like to try to like navigate the times to fit my life. Like I know I just gotta do what I gotta do. Regardless of the time, regardless of what's happening in the economy, regardless of what's happening around me, I still got to get up and chin up, chest out and make something happen. If that means working at the gas station with a part-time job, you know, if that means doing makeup or doing, getting a new shit, if I got to go be somebody braid downer, wash at the shop, you know, whatever I need to do, like,
you got to do it.
I just got to make that happen. So I guess those steps are scary, but knowing they out there kind of like relieves some of that fear, because you know it's out there. You just got to go talk to people, ask people, hey, you need me? Do I, you know, could you use me? Is there anything that I can help with? Do you need some, you know, because you never know what people need. Not everybody ain't stressing for money. Some people might be stressing for help.
Right.
Somebody might be stressing for a little extra time that you could help them, you know, take off their hands. Somebody might be stressing for some organization in their life.
Right.
So you never know what the next person need. It ain't always money. Like you mentioned, we could be trading or something. I seen on the show last night I was watching, she said, I don't take payments and I don't take, what'd she say? I don't take payments or I don't take crypto or nothing like that. But you will return this favor later on. I was like, you know what?
Right.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Return that favor.
Yeah, I think that when I thought about the people that I know that are saying one thing and doing another thing, including myself, it's 9 times out of 10 either fear is a fear by itself or uncertainty, just not knowing, like you said, what's on the other side of it. And so who could you say, whose opinion has the most power over your decision right now? Because a lot of times, not only is it fear just by itself or uncertainty, it's fear of what people gonna think or what people gonna say and things like that. And so if you could be honest with yourself and think about whose opinion has the most power over your decisions right now, and did you consciously give them that power?
I would say in first place, I'm my biggest critic. Like I am on my head like so much all day, every day. When really, like I was just saying about yesterday, thinking about what I need to be doing, I could relax. I could sit down. I could chill. Secondly, I would say my mama. Just because she's like a 9-to-5 person, again, like I mentioned, like she's like super 9-to-5. And me and my sister were discussing this on the phone the other day. And I see myself turning into her. And it's not to say that like she got this like sucky ass life or she made dumb decisions or she's not to say any of that, but like I watched my mama come in so many times from 12-hour shifts, either tired as fuck or just unhappy. I ain't never seen her come home from work like, hell yeah, I had a good day. Maybe once or twice over the 20 years I done watched her work.
Wow.
So like, I'm seeing myself turn into that person, like waking up in the morning. I'm telling you, when I open my eyes, I be like, fuck, I hate going to this place. When I get home, I be like, whew, I'm glad I made it through the day. Like, you know, like I feel like I'm starting to be just like that. So I got to break myself up out of that. And me and my sister been talking about like having little, you know, kind of, I don't want to bombard my mama with like, you need to learn financial literacy. You need to learn this. You need to learn like, and I feel like that's kind of with the new school, like us, we kind of bombard people with just because we learning better. Like, you need to have boundaries. We kind of do that sometimes. So I think me and my sister trying to find ways to implement like little conversations here and there. Like whenever we go eat or if we just at the house chilling, like they ask us all the time, why y'all don't come down here so much? Why y'all don't do this so much? We need to start doing something better as a family. We tired of sitting around talking and gossiping. We need y'all to start coming up with some investment plans. Let's start talking about how we can
that comes
own or buy this or do that.
That comes with being a leader in your family. So when we were, when me and Carrie got married, we started with our family. We used to have family meetings every Sunday. And so at the family meeting, you would have to bring your notebook and you would have to have like your ideas or things the businesses that you could see, whether it was going to be a solo business, whether it was something the whole family could do. And we still do those. Now not as intentional as we were before, but I think that has gotten my family in a place of, I think those meetings, even my friend, because one of my friends, she used to actually come to the meeting because she was like, man, I wish I had family that thought like this and did stuff like this. And she just actually, we were on the phone and she was like, y'all still be doing the Sunday family meetings? I need to come because I need to get my life together like that or whatever. And so I think that it just takes the initiative of somebody to say like, okay, what's your plan? What you doing?
And see, I thought my mama was that like leader of the family. But what it was is she was leading the family financially. She was the one making the most money around there, but she wasn't the one with the most financial knowledge. Right. And she wasn't the one like initiating those ideas. So I felt like being her daughter and being the one with these ideas, I could probably be the one to start placing those seeds into the family. I'm like, all right, y'all want me and my sister to drive 2 hours down here just for Thanksgiving or Christmas, just to sit around and watch y'all drink and play cards? All right, if y'all want us to do that, before we start drinking and playing cards, everybody got to come with an idea, a game plan, or this or that, or a savings plan, something we can start putting our money in case we're going to go on vacation, or in case y'all want to do Thanksgiving bigger next year, or in case y'all want to, whatever the case is, we need to come up with a plan. If y'all want to start seeing people come up, like, it's some of our family that stay 5 hours away. And I think my grandma kind of stuck in her ways of like, it's tradition. Why y'all don't drive down here? It's tradition. People got other shit to be doing, Granny. We got other stuff to be doing. Ain't nobody got time to be hitting that road just to see y'all get drunk and then y'all in the comfort of y'all home. And then we got to drive back. Yeah, now we got to drive back. Right. Hell to the no.
Yeah, it got to be a little bit more.
It got to be a little more.
And so you spoke about like just how you seen your mom come home and then how now you feel like you turning into that type of person.
I wish everybody would look at themselves like that too. I just want to say that. Like, I wish people would look at themselves and see what they get from their upbringing. You know what I mean? Because I don't think enough people do that.
No, I can agree. How do you know the difference between discomfort and destiny? Like, because sometimes when you're trying to get to your destiny, it's not easy either. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's uncomfortable. It's gonna be them days where you're like, oh, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do this. But you know that's going to be leading into something, longer term, or whatever the case may be. But how do you know the difference between the two? Am I unhappy in life for real, or I'm just tired? Yeah. How do you distinguish the two?
I would say still being able to find that little pocket of joy. Because even though how we both complained about, this shit be getting stressful. We got to get dressed. We got to come up there. We got to drive 50 minutes across town and do X, Y, and Z. I still find a little joy in it, though. Once we sit here and get going, I'm like, hell yeah, that was a good conversation. I needed to talk about that. I needed to say this. I needed to, get that emotion off. Or you might ask me something where I needed to think about that. And I'm like, okay, I still find that little pocket of joy, or that little happiness, or that little benefit out of it. Like, I'm still getting something out of this. When it comes to, like, just unhappiness, like, when it comes to, like, sitting into something like where you really not comfortable in, you got to ask yourself, like, what is this giving me? What is the end goal? Like, what is long term for this? Am I using this as a stepping stool to the next thing? Because I talked to my sister about my job the other day, and I was like, it's crazy because as hard as I prayed for this exact thing, I'm talking about my prayer
to the T.
To the T. I said, God, not no more 12s, not no more nightlife, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. What he gave me? 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. I forgot to add up in there that I didn't want to deal with no racist motherfucker. But, the Lord, he works funny. You're funny for that one.
Right.
But yeah, I think that's what it just, if you don't find that little pocket of joy in there, then you know you.
And I think for me, it's similar to that. But when I know it's a part of my destiny versus a part of my is actual discomfort, is I'm unhappy. I think when the feeling never changes. So for me, like if I'm at a job and I'm unhappy with that job, if it's not like something that made me mad, and then like the next day I get over it and I feel fine.
That's what I mean about that little pocket of joy. Like it gotta come up like sometime. It can't be,
right.
Like that every day.
I think that's what lets me know, like, whenever something lingers on and continues to stay on my mind, because I'm very, like, anal about my nervous system. And, like, when I feel like my nervous system is always up or not at ease when I'm in a certain atmosphere, or when I'm talking about a certain person, because I could be not at work and feel this way about work.
I'm telling you.
So
I get a little. I've put that into one of my little HR complaints. Like I'm getting a little bit of anxiety, and I thought I was putting that just for like to have the health words in there for when you do your thing.
Yeah.
But no, I really am. Like when they send an email and they say, "Hey, we finna have a meeting at 3:00." My goddamn nervous system, my stomach get the hurt, my head get the hurt, my whole nervous system just attacks me, and I'm like, yeah, bro.
And I also asked myself this question too: if nothing was to change, if nothing was to change in the next 5 years, would I still be relieved or would I still feel trapped? And if I feel like I'm still gonna be trapped, I know that this is not aligned to my destiny. Like it's not purposeful.
Yeah.
And I think something can be purposeful in your life for a season, because I do believe that your purpose evolves.
Yeah.
As you grow and stuff like that. So I think when it doesn't align with my purpose and it makes me feel like I'm suffocating and I'm not moving and I'm not progressing in life. And like we said, you don't always have to be going somewhere in life, but progression is inevitable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like if I'm not progressing in some way, shape, or form, that means I'm stagnant and I'm not moving towards my purpose.
Right. Right.
So
I like that you said that, because I don't even think you realize how sometimes the things that you say stick with me, or even probably other people too. But remember that one time we was talking about, I was talking to you something about my relationship, and you was like, I think we was trying to like talk about preparing for marriage, and you was like, if nothing changed, would you still be cool with the person that he is? And then that stuck with me. So I go to church one Sunday, and he was like, y'all gotta love God for his character. If he don't do nothing else for you right now, would you still love? And I'm like, okay, if nothing changed. That's what Coco said, if nothing changed.
Tenderism.
Look, come on. Because I said, that's what she said, if nothing changed. And then I swear to God, somebody else said, I couldn't remember what I was watching. I was watching some little show. And they said the same thing again. I said, the third time's a charm, baby. If nothing changed, it is what it is. I'm finna quit the job.
Right. No, for real. Okay, so moving, thinking about that, another thing is, I'm going to say this before I move on. Another thing that I have wrote down in my notes is that when I start to feel like self-betrayal, like when I feel like I'm betraying myself.
Yeah. Like you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah. And like, for instance, like with my job now, I loved my job. Y'all know I talked about my job when I first got this job, and like last year in December. And I love my job. Some things have changed in my job. The expectations are different. My why is not as strong anymore because of those circumstances in my job. And currently right now, because I've always been able to leave whatever I wanted to do. Like when I left teaching the first time, I literally told my boss, I was like, hey, I'm not coming back next year. And I didn't come back next year.
Right.
And I never had a job again between that time other than my business. But even when I didn't want to do something in my business, when I left my business, I made the decision to leave and left, because I knew the type of strain that it was causing me, my husband, like all of it. And I feel like now in this position that I'm in, I'm betraying myself because I'm not able to easily walk away now.
Right.
And it's not because I'm tied to the money of it, even though the money is really good. is the fact that like I have stipulations in place because I'm under a contract and stuff like that. So I feel like not only is it's showing me that it's more than just a discomfort. It's like it's heavy on my mental health and all of these things, because not only do I feel like I don't like it, but I'm also feeling like I'm betraying myself by staying, because I can't do what I normally always told myself that I would do if anything made me feel like it wasn't serving me anymore.
Right.
So I think that's another sign to the fact that this is not just some overnight discomfort, like, oh, somebody made you mad at work type of thing.
I got a question, but YouTube, we're going to stop y'all right here because we finna get into the thick of it.
Right.
And this is where y'all will meet us at Patreon. So see y'all next week.